A thread from Carlos Oswita. What a shame. Tim Pool went back to panic mongering. It looks like he's doing it because people made fun of him for being an alarmist. Here's the real story on the latest fake crisis. Costco, Kroger, rationing meat amid coronavirus shortage fears from foxbusiness.com. From the article, quote, Costco, Kroger, and other grocery chains are rationing the amount of meat customers can buy at one time as processing at U.S. meat plants has slowed down or stopped completely because of the coronavirus. Kroger said its meat purchase limits will apply to select stores. End quote. Why is this happening? Yep, you guessed it. Quote, regional chains Food Lion and Wegmans are cracking down on customers trying to stock up too. End quote. Hoarders. Again. Quote, Food Lion has limited meat purchases since mid-April, a spokesperson told Fox Business. Wegmans is limiting customers to 2 items each of ground beef and boneless, skinless chicken breast, WHEC reported. End quote. The same idiots who created a toilet paper shortage. Now we have to ration meat because people heard that there may be a shortage. So they created that shortage. Tim reads the UK Daily Mail, which always lies by omission. Some advice for Tim from an older man. Don't let others determine your actions. You stocked up, and now you're panic mongering because people made fun of you. A responsible person would do his best to keep people calm. You let others anger you, so now you're taking it out on everyone. I never made fun of you, but you forced me to debunk your false claim that we're suffering from rationing because, quote, the supply chain has disintegrated. That is a flat-out lie. From jsonline.com, Wisconsin food banks are facing meat shortages. Quote, as coronavirus infections swept through the nation's meat processing plants, concern over meat shortages rose for Wisconsin food banks. But what once threatened to be a disaster for these living at the edge of hunger has instead become a demonstration of industry adaptability as food banks have found new partners and moved quickly to fill the gaps. And Wendy's is a special case because it uses fresh beef. Suppliers are always limited. Wendy's says the issue is temporary. The most useless commenters on my threads are people who tell me that everything is a disaster, and I'm naive for thinking that it isn't. There's nothing smart about being reflexively negative. Reflexive negativity is actually a sign of no actual thinking process. You know why I never hit the wall and became static? Because I always look for the good. It forces me to think and to analyze. I never take bad news at face value. And I've experienced a lifetime of bad news. I actually defy medical science. Ask any psychiatrist. They'll say that psychopaths can't be cured. From businessinsider.com. Psychopaths cannot be cured. Here's why. Quote, psychopathy is a personality disorder, not a mental illness. There is no cure for psychopaths, and they will never be able to change. End quote. Bull. I cured myself. It took a crapload of work, but I did it. Psychiatrists will tell you that psychopaths lack empathy. No. They have supernatural empathy. It's their greatest weapon. Psychiatrists will also tell you that psychopaths don't care about what's right or wrong. No. They do everything in their power to not be held responsible for doing things that they know are wrong. What they are is gutless, self-centered infants. I can say today that I'm still not capable of feeling normal human emotions. The damage was too great. But I always knew damn well that doing certain things was wrong, and if I did them, I'd be evil. So I made myself care. You have to be willing to admit to all of your failings. I had a psychiatrist who I told to go after me as hard as he could, using his professional knowledge to judge what I could take at each sitting. He tore me to shreds, but not viciously. When I went bankrupt, he cut his fee by 2/3. He said he had to finish the job. One day, he told me that he'd done all he could. The verdict was that I couldn't ever have a normal relationship because I would always choose people as damaged as I am. But my job was simply to recognize it, accept it, and to keep trying to improve. That was 20 years ago. I did indeed cure myself of psychopathy. The coldness is gone. I have bad days. Yesterday was one. A feral cat did something unspeakable to a lizard, just for fun. I found the still living result trying to crawl away. I couldn't put it out of its misery. I've experienced too much death. I can't kill anything else. But my urge is to kill every feral cat that comes on my property and harms my lizards. I hate feral cats. All they do is piss and crap and screw and kill. My neighbors feed them. It's a goddamn plague. A dying lizard is enough to keep me up all night. I haven't slept in 32 hours. But it'll get better. I won't kill any cats, even though they deserve it. And I certainly won't try to fan the flames of panic and negativity. The hallmark of adulthood is to brush aside the opinions of those who don't matter. Listen to a former psychopath, a person who medical science says can't exist. Well, here I am. I take "it's impossible" as a challenge. Challenge yourself to stop with the old ways. Otherwise, you'll stay where you are for the rest of your life. A person should never stop improving. It's why we're here.